How can a 400-year war start over a bucket? The strange and almost surreal War of the Oaken Bucket took place in northern Italy in 1325 between the rival city-states of Bologna and Modena. The two cities were part of the Greater Guelph and Ghibelline War, which involved the alliances of Bologna and the papacy, and Modena and the Ghibellines, who were supporters of the Holy Roman Emperor and the papacy as well. Italy was not a single nation at the beginning of the 14th century, but rather a patchwork of city-states fighting for dominance, resources, and influence. The War of the Bucket, or the War of the Oaken Bucket, was fought in 1325 between the rival city-states of Bologna and Modena. It took place in the region of Emilia-Romagna in northern Italy. The war was an episode in the over 300-year-long struggle between Guelphs and Ghibellines. As the story goes, that Modenese soldiers broke into Bologna and stole a wooden bucket from a well in the main square, bringing it back to Modena as a trophy. This bold theft was viewed as a serious insult to Bolognese pride and honour, which led to outrage and demands for revenge. This was the root cause of the War of the Oaken Bucket. Outraged at the theft, the Bolognese raised an army of some 32,000 men, made up of supporters from other cities as well as local militias. Despite having a smaller population, Modena was able to gather a force of about 7,000 soldiers. As both sides prepared themselves for battle, the conflict quickly grew into a full-fledged war. On November 15, 1325, in the hills west of Bologna, right next to the village of Zappolino, the crucial battle of the War of the Oaken Bucket took place. The Modenese forces were vastly outnumbered, yet they battled under the direction of experienced leaders. The Modenese soldiers marched proudly back to Modena after their victory at Zappolino, carrying the oaken bucket as an emblem of their superiority and victory. After being laid to rest in the city's main well, the bucket became a symbol of Modenese pride. Despite having been triggered by an apparently insignificant incident, the war had far-reaching effects. It damaged the reputation of the Bologna region and cemented Modena's dominance over it. The battle also served as a symbol of the long-standing rivalry and regular wars that existed between the city-states of Italy at this time. Since then, the War of the Oaken Bucket has become one of the most intriguing and emblematic battles of the Middle Ages. The stolen bucket is kept whole and on display in Modena as a reminder of the dispute and the odd circumstances that may result in bloody conflicts. Since then, the War of the Oaken Bucket has become one of the most dramatic and legendary battles of the Middle Ages. The stolen bucket remains undamaged and on display in Modena as a reminder of the dispute and the odd circumstances that can lead in bloody conflicts. The War of the Oaken Bucket is still regarded as an interesting story in medieval history because it shows how a small-scale crime may turn into a major military battle. It bears witness to the unpredictable and even turbulent character of life in the medieval Italian city-states. However, the bucket that was captured as a battle souvenir has a fascinating backstory. It may surprise you to learn that the bucket is still in place today and is kept in the town hall of Modena, the Camerino dei Confirmati. Hope you enjoyed this strange tale of the War of the Oaken Bucket, where a simple wooden bucket became the unlikely catalyst for a fierce and legendary battle. It's fascinating to see how the pride and honor of two city-states led to such a dramatic conflict over what seems like a trivial object. The lines of the famous epic's opening verses, translated into English by James Atkinson, are still remembered by the majority of Modenese. It begins as follows. I would sing with sorrow that dreadful rage that made men's hearts sway for a bucket of famous loot, taken from Bologna and proudly displayed by the hostile Modenese with success awarded. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more intriguing and unusual stories from the past. Thanks for watching and stay tuned for more captivating tales from history.